In accordance with the Open Publics Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been given by posting notice on the door of the school administration offices. Notice has continued to be posted to date by delivering notice to the Retrospect and the Courier Post and filing with the Borough and the Clerk of Collingswood. This is a special meeting of the Board of Ed in the Borough of Collingswood in the County of Camden, and is called pursuant to NJSA 1810-3 to hold our annual reorganization meeting. Okay, Mrs. Brown?
Here.
Mr. Craig?
Here.
Thank you. Mrs. DeMarco?
Here.
Mrs. Maya?
Here.
Mrs. Mikulski?
Here.
Mrs. Sherman?
Here.
Mrs. Z?
Here.
Mr. McMillan?
Here.
Mr. Dilkis?
Here.
Mr. Chu?
Here.
Thank you. Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I will read the results of the election into the record. 3 board members being sworn in tonight. Stacy DeMarco with 3,720 votes, Kelly Maya with 3,517 votes, and Megan Mikulski with 3,500 votes. Can I please ask the 3 new board members, I guess, to come to the front for the oath of office? I don't know if the paper is here for pictures, but I usually bring you guys up front. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, it's a very long one. I state your name.
I, Stacy DeMarco,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and the governments established
and the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I state your name.
I, Stacy DeMarco,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for office of member of Board of Education,
for office of member of Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I'm not disqualified
as a voter,
as a voter,
nor disqualified due to conviction
nor disqualified due to conviction
of a crime or offense,
of a crime or offense,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform all the duties
and justly perform all the duties
of that office according to the best of my ability.
of that office according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. You guys get a chance to sign these for me, and I've got your certificates from the county office also. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I will now ask the superintendent. Everybody has in front of them a copy of the Code of Ethics for school board members, as well as a receipt. So I'll ask the superintendent to read the Code of Ethics into the record.
In accordance with New Jersey Statute 18A 12-24.1, every board member will abide by the following code of ethics. The board member will uphold and enforce all laws, rules, and regulations of the State Board of Education and court orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes shall be brought about only through legal and ethical procedures. Make decisions in terms of the educational welfare of children and seek to develop and maintain public schools that meet the individual needs of all children regardless of ability, race, creed, sex, or social standing. Confine his/her board action to policy making, planning, and appraisal, and help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them. carry out his/her responsibility not to administer the schools, but together with fellow board members ensure they are well-run. Recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and make no personal promises nor take any private action that may compromise the board. Refuse to surrender his or her independent judgment to special interest or partisan political groups, or to use schools for personal gain or the gain of friends. Hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or the schools. In all other matters, he/she will provide accurate information and, in concert with fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for its school. Vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer. Support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties, and refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and act on the complaints at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution.
Thank you, Dr. McDowell. If everybody could sign the receipt and just forward them my way, I would appreciate it. Moving on to item 4, election of school board presidents. I am now asking if anyone would like to nominate someone for board president.
I'd like to nominate Kelly Maya.
Do we have any other nominations?
Yes, I would like to nominate Roger Chu, and I have a couple reasons as to why I would like to do so. I promise to be brief, but now going into my 7th year on this board, the level of preparation, thought, and strategy that you've brought to this position is incredibly impressive, and is something that I think we all strive to make sure that we are giving as we do this volunteer work for the students of our community. I've seen your leadership in the face of adversity, in the face of some really charged slander, and at times overt racist rhetoric, and you've showed up here, and you've showed up in the community, and you've been present, and I think it is incredibly important of whoever sits up here, no matter what the challenges are and the things that we face, that leader embodies that. And I know this from working closely with you, that you care about every single student that walks through our doors, and that you understand how each piece of this system plays into ensuring that they get the education that they deserve. And I really think that if you are willing to take on the presidency again, we would be fortunate to have you in that role.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, can somebody make a motion to close the floor for nominations?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Okay. Do you both accept nomination? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So in front of everyone, we have slips of paper. We've been through this before. According to our bylaws, I need everybody to print their name on the piece of paper, and then also tell me who you were voting for president, so I can read them into the record. All right, so I'll give you guys a couple of minutes, and I'll collect them. Oh, thank you. You saved me walking around. I was going to walk. Oh, okay. Sarah Sherman votes for Roger Chu. Megan Mikulski votes for Kelly Maya. Chris Dilkus votes for Roger Chu. Kelly for Kelly. Matt for Roger. Danielle for Kelly. Roger for Roger. Maggie for Kelly. Stacy for Kelly. And Jimmy for Roger. We have one board member absent, so we have a tie. So I am going to call for another vote. Did you guys want to discuss anything before we call for another vote? Statute says we keep voting. I have to go at least twice before we're declaring an impasse and then moving on to vice president. I've never done this before, but I spoke to the board attorney, and I was like, so we have to at least try it twice before calling for an impasse and moving on to vice president. So I don't know if you guys want to discuss, make statements, or do you just want me to call for another vote? We can just vote again right away. All right, everybody has in front of them slips of paper. You should have extras. Well, you could do it again. Thank you. Everybody in? Yeah? Okay. All right. Danielle for Kelly. Stacy for Kelly. Maggie for Kelly. Jimmy for Roger. Roger for Roger. Matt for Roger. Chris Stilkis for Roger. Megan for Kelly. Sarah for Roger. And Kelly for Kelly. We are at a impasse again. So, I'm going to adjourn this item. We have two options. The first option was we come back on, we have to have we have to be reorged by 8 p.m. on January 7th, but statute allows for 3 additional days in the event of, I guess, like snowstorms or emergencies or whatever. So we have until the 10th. So I'm going to recommend that we adjourn the voting on the president until, I guess, the earliest I can have the meeting would be Thursday, and try this again. If it doesn't work Thursday, it goes to the county superintendent. Or we go to the county superintendent now, because that's kind of where we are.
What does that mean, go to the county superintendent?
I've never done this before. I'd have to reach out to the county and say that the board is not unanimous in their selection of a president. That's why I was kind of waiting. I know Zakia's got the norovirus. We come back on Thursday. Maybe she'll be well enough to attend. That's why you always have boards with odd numbers, is to avoid something like this. My option would be to come back on Thursday and try it again before we have to go there, because I've never gone to the county office to have them appoint any school board members before. I don't know how expeditious that would be, or even what their process is, to be honest with you, but that's what the law says. If we have a vacancy unfilled, that's what we have to do. So I'm suggesting, I think my first course of action would be that we come back on Thursday and try it again. The issue is the cafe is not available on Thursday, so we would have to find a location. which I'll work with John Longo to find a location where we can have our board meeting and make sure that everybody in town knows where it is. I have to find a spot that could fit us, but, it is what it is. We have to do it. If everybody's okay with that, I'll find a location, or maybe the group that's in here, we can maybe see if we can move them for a half an hour and bring them back in or something like that. Try to work it out with them.
Would this be an adjournment of the entire meeting until then?
Now, I spoke to the board attorney. We can elect the vice president. If we're successful in electing a vice president, they can run with the rest of the agenda. If the same thing happens for vice president, then we adjourn the whole meeting and we do the whole thing over.
So
But if we can elect the vice president, then we can at least pass the board policies and do all the mandatory things we have to do. If we don't have a vice president, then I would adjourn the whole agenda and come back on Thursday.
So is there a motion needed to adjourn just the first motion, or is that something we would do after the vote?
I think let's try for vice president,
Okay.
and then if this happens again for vice president, then I'm just going to adjourn the whole meeting, because there's really no point in keeping everybody out, if that's fair with everyone. Okay. That being said, let's do it again. Can I have anyone like to nominate anybody for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Sarah Sherman for vice president.
Any other nomination?
I'd like to nominate Megan Mikulski.
Any others? All right, motion to close the floor for nominations.
So moved.
You? Thank you. Do you guys accept nomination?
Yes.
All right, folks, you know the drill. Thank you. Lynn? Okay, here we go. Hold on a second. All right, Danielle for Megan. Maggie for Megan. Stacy for Megan. Jimmy for Sarah. Chris Dilkis for Sarah. Can't read this. I think it's Megan for Megan.
I have the worst left-handed handwriting. I'm so sorry.
I mean, when I'm done, I'm going to pass this around so people can see it. I can't. I think it's Megan for Megan. Thank you. I was like, Liz, I have horrible penmanship too. And I went to Catholic school and they would probably slap me. Sarah for Sarah. Let me see. Kelly for Megan. Roger for Sarah. And Matt for Sarah. We did it again. All right, so we are completely 50-50. We're in an impasse for both board leadership positions. So at this point, I'm going to call for a motion to adjourn the meeting. And I'm looking at John. Do we know of any spaces that are available at this point?
Yeah, so I think that the
We're
motion,
split.
the motion will need to be a motion to adjourn until a specific time and place. So if we have a place that we can state.
That's why I have John looking. It cannot be the cafe because we have somebody in here. It'll be Thursday at 6:30 for sure, to keep with the same time that we normally do it. I just need a location because I need time to advertise the meeting. Yay. So may I have a motion while we're looking for a location?
I'll make the motion. Is like the gymnasium or the cafeteria at Good Shepherd a possibility?
I have to check my, I think they have basketball in the gymnasium right now, winter basketball.
How about the cafeteria? The cafeteria?
Yeah, don't have any internet down there. That's the problem. How about the LMC, John? Is that available? All right, give me 30 seconds and we'll find out. While we're waiting for that, can I have a second to adjourn the meeting? Thank you.
So,
Thursday, the 8th at 6:30. All right, in the library, LMC. Okay. So motion to adjourn the meeting until Thursday, what day is that? The 8th. The 8th at 6:30 in the LMC. And we will do this all over again. I'm going to make a roll call, please. Mrs. Brown?
Here.
Yes or no? Yes.
Yes. I have one, can I
Oh.
ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
What if the board member that's not here is still sick on that day, on that Thursday?
Then I'm just
Then
going
you
to,
go to
I'm
the
going to call the
county,
county, because at
and
that
that's
point,
it.
like, we have to be done by the 8th, but the 7th at 8 p.m. or 3 days thereafter. So that would be Saturday, and I'm not going to call everybody in on Saturday, unless the county superintendent makes me. But my first phone call tomorrow is to the county superintendent, like, what if she's still out with the noro?
Yeah.
I'm assuming we don't want to be in the same physical space as somebody with the norovirus, but,
Yes.
yes, okay. Mr. Craig?
Yes.
Mrs. DeMarco?
Yes.
All right, she's absent. Mrs. Maya?
Yes.
Mrs. Mikulski?
Yes.
Mrs. Sherman? Mrs. Z? Mr. McMillan? Mr. Dilkus?
Yes.
Mr. Chu?
yes.
All right, folks, this is a first for me, so, till Thursday.